I don't think we'll come in this side again, will we?
I don't. Yeah, just shut it right up.
Yeah. You're going to see more of this after. What you see today is probably the beginning. What I'll do is, we get time. We'll come down here. We'll start it up, and you'll see how that independent works. Now, when the main clutch is in and turning, this clutch is going around all the time. You see it?
Okay.
It's got a slight drag on it. When I let off on the brake there, when I let off on the brake, that clutch expands, right, and grabs that drum, right? And that drum has got sun gears in there, and they rotate around a big gear. But that's, if you know how a planetary works,
right?
That's how it works, yeah, see? But that's what it does. You let the brake off, and that's running free, right? It'll keep running free. But when you let the brake off, it grabs that drum there and turns the drum, which it turns to your planetary. Well, you got gears up in there, you know.
So when you let the boom brake off, you don't have to engage the clutch lever.
Nothing.
Okay.
And what it does, when that starts to turn and engage there, it goes all the way back to your engine. So your engine is holding you back. Huh?
So it's just kind of giving you a drag so it doesn't move.
That's right. Your engine clutch will you're back to your engine clutch, so you just can't let the boom drop. It won't drop. You understand?
And then when you pull the independent boom hoist lever.
Yeah, when I pull the boom lever, the drum is turning around on the inside. There's another drum in there. That drum is turning. When I pull the lever, I wrap the drum around that drum there. The band does, and it does a reverse effect. It pulls the cable up. Yeah. It'll work better when I start this up and you get up there and you can see it. I'll run the machine and you can watch the operation. That you'll learn from that. Do you understand?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, you'll learn from that. This is the best boom hoist of any machine ever made, I think. Yeah. Planetary. You know, Planetary. Henry Ford had that, didn't he?
Yeah, in one of his transmissions, I think. Yeah.
There were some pretty smart people in those days, huh?
Oh yeah.
Imagine to come out with a Planetary. It's tremendous. It's one of the best devices ever made. Imagine it works in independent boom hoist on this thing. Yeah. This thing costs a lot of money. This independent boom hoist. Oh Christ. Yeah. Yeah. But that's what it does. Remember I told you, you let the brake off, that band grabs that drum right here, right?
Yep.
And it turns the sun gears around, you know, yeah, and lets the boom go down, you know, under power. It just don't drop. It backs it off on the engine.
Oh, so when the clutch engages, that makes it go down. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, it engages the clutch so that when you let the boom down, right, it goes all the way back to your engine. Your engine's holding you back. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a. Oh yeah, hooks right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Other than that, you let the brake off, the boom would fall, right? But see, since it's geared through the engine, right, with your drum shaft, right? Yeah.
And then when you engage the boom hoist to lift the boom up, are you engaging a clutch or a brake band?
This one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also said when you.
No, there's a drum turning. There's another drum there's turning, and you.
Oh, kind of behind this one.
Yeah, that's turning all the time. It's behind.
Oh, okay.
It's turning all the time. So when you pull the lever, that tightens the brake band on it, so that engages your thing to pick the bug. Someday we'll.
Well, like you said, it'll be easier to see once it's spinning.
I'll see if I can find the book that Northwest had, and I'll let you read it, and you can probably understand.
That'll be better.
You'll understand a little bit more about the independent boom hoist. You know. Now, that machine that's down in East Windsor, you know, that's got an independent boom hoist on it too.
Right.
But it's not one of these.
It's different. It's got those cone clutches.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
You know what it is? It's a miniature swing clutch. You seen the swing clutch in it?
Yep.
It's a miniature one. So that's what's working a worm boom hoist. Imagine that. That was a hell of an idea, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I remember you showed me.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Now with that worm design, that boom won't fall on its own, right?
No.
That's self-locking.
That's one thing about worm. Worm doesn't back off.
Right.
Yeah. Where it stops, that's it. You have to U-turn it to make it work. You know?
Yep.
Well, you can imagine all the vehicles years ago, they had worm driving the rear ends and all that. Can you imagine what that must have been?
Yeah, you can't pop start those.
Yeah, oh yeah. Isn't that something, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But here's White Oak wanted to buy this and put it in a machine. I said,
Yeah,
no way.
nope.
I'm going to take this thing out of here.
Yeah, that's a lot of work to take it out too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, they had the money. Why didn't they just buy a new machine?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But you know what that machine, what they did? They went and added these here. See the I-beam?
Yep.
They added that, and they moved the whole track for him. They had the goddamn trouble. The machine about 13 feet wide.
Really?
Wider.
Just to make it more stable?
Yeah, because they were using it for crane work.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I don't know if they bought the independent boom hoist. I don't know. They'd have to tear the whole thing down, put a different drum shaft, and with all the goddamn things on it, you know. It's like this machine here. I put the backhoe on here, right? Remember I told you you had the backhoe on?
Yeah.
That is not possible. Did you know that? With Northwest?
Oh yeah, well the company told you that's not possible, right?
It's not possible. You know why? Did I show you over here? Did I show you what it was?
You told me, and you never showed me.
Yeah, well let me show you something. Hey, it's not possible to put a backhoe attachment on this machine because it's got an independent boom hoist, right? But you know yourself, right? We all got a brain, right? If we don't use it, what good is it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh boy. I ordered the shackles to pull the bucket in, and they didn't send them. Northwest would not send them. And I kept asking, what happened, right? Well, they said, well, you can't put a backhoe on that machine. You see this thing right here?
Yep.
I bolted to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
There was a cast, when they have a shovel front, there's a casting of that, and that goes into a casting.
Mm-hmm.
See? It bolts into there too. There's a whole casting. The first thing, I put a piece of wood under there. I bolted it to the floor. See, the shaft, I had it bolted to the floor with a piece of wood. I think I changed.
You put some nuts under there for a spacer, yeah.
But the casting would stick all the way out there. It would incorporate that. You see how those engineers, they said, you can't put a backhoe on it. I said, the hell with it. I put a piece of wood under it, a piece of wood for a long time. Did the job, right?
Yep.
Yeah, not only that, when you had a backhoe on, you weren't using an independent boom hoist anyway.
Right.
It still would work. Look, still working like it is now, right?
So you're saying that piece there is for the independent boom or for the backhoe?
No, that's for the independent boom hoist.
Okay, so they were saying it would get in the way of the backhoe.
No. The thing was, there would be no way to hold it down. Once you took the casting, there was a big casting. They had a drum in there with a third drum. You know, this had a drum in there, like the shovel. This is like the shovel had a drum and that thing. And this pan was a little different, right?
Okay.
See? Yeah, and that gear turned that gear, which made the thing retract. You know. You see? So you can see. Oh, this is a no-no in Northwest. Oh no, you can't change it. You know, you gotta have that the casting in there. The casting was made for the drum to hold the drum into place. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but for a long time I had a piece of wood in there. But you see, I put a nut under there because that thing would be free. When I took the casting, that thing was free to go up and down whatever it wanted. Yep. But I said to myself, "What the hell's the difference? You just tie it to the floor. What the hell's the difference, right?" Can you imagine? Those engineers go crazy if they're talking to me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God, huh? Yeah. So you ain't going to see too many of these around. The independent boom hoists are gone. Boy, that's a hell of a thing. You see how nice it worked up there?
It works real nice, very easy.
That's something. You can boom up and look at when I picked up that big engine, I used it. It worked perfect, you know. Mm-hmm. And you can let the load down with it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Oh, it works perfect. Honest to God. Yeah. That's why the old timers are pretty smart to design a planetary that would work. Mm-hmm. Of course, this is a bigger design than we had in a car. You know that.
Sure.
Yeah. Isn't that something, huh? Yeah. So you guys got a gem. You got a gem down there that nobody else has got. You look around, try and find with independent boom hoist. There's none around, you know. But you know the reason why they had an independent boom hoist, why they bought it, because they not only did shovel work, they had a shovel attachment on here. They never had a backhoe on it, but they had a shovel and they had a fair lead. See the fair lead? They used it for drag line too, right?
Yep.
See, and then they drove pile with it. I got pictured with this machine with a pile driver.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They had a giant box on the back full of iron ingots, you know, weight, right? And you see this here? Look at this. They welded this on here.
Okay.
And they had one on the other side. Now, when you have your leads on it, the leads are like a crane boom with the hammer that goes up and down inside it, right? Well, this here had a big wire that went all the way out to it, and you could move the leads in there or back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, you can move them in wherever you wanted. Yeah, does that make sense? It's like a crane boom, and you grab the bottom, you can move it in and out. That's what this was. See, I cut the one off the other side, took that off. See.
Yep.
Yeah. So this machine did a lot of pile driving.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why the center pin nut got ruined in here.
Oh yeah.
Remember I told you the time
Yep.
they had to put a center pin in it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine putting a center pin in, taking the stanchion out with all the shafts and everything? Huh? You have no idea. It's an awful job. I don't know if anybody, even Willie, would never attempt that job.
Yeah. That's got to be a tough job.
Yeah, but if you own something, you got to fix it.
You have to fix
right?
it.
And you got a frame of mind that you will fix it, right? I got it too, but a lot of guys won't tackle something like that. They're afraid, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Imagine taking a pan down here, huh? You know what I do when I take the pan down? I put a cable all the way through I hook it onto the back of the machine on each side, and I loop around, and I bring it all the way out, and then I pull that thing tight. So that pulls that cable tight against that pan, right?
Yep.
So when I get underneath, I'll take all the bolts out, right?
So it won't fall on you.
Yeah,
right?
Well, yeah, take all the bolts out, then I get in the machine, and I relax that cable, and the pan will fall on the ground, right?
Yep.
It goes down. Then I can walk right out, and the pan will stay on the ground, right? So I walk over a hole, and I can work on the goddamn thing, right? When you're all done, you do the same thing. You go back there, you hook the thing up, you pull that cable, and that pulls the pan right up tight, and then you put the bolts in. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, make the machine do the work for you.
Well, that's what you have to do. That pan is heavy.
Yep.
You see the pan in these goddamn things? Oh, Jesus Christ, that thing is heavy. How about the travel shaft? That thing was 1,800 pounds at least. That's a big shaft. There's a spare travel shaft down in the building down. You know where the big can is? You know where the big can with the cable? Remember down near the tractor
Oh,
shed?
yeah, with the cable on it, yeah.
There's not only cable, there's a travel shaft in there.
Okay.
Yeah, a spare one that I must have, it came off the machine that I got the center pin off of. They had cut a machine up, so I got the travel shaft and I got the center pin. Yeah, they went and scrapped the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
So we do have a spare travel shaft for this machine here. It's worth a fortune, really. It's got the gear and all on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. In that gear, I put a new one. You know the crane down there with a clam on it? I put a new gear on that travel shaft, bevel gear. It's probably that big and round. It was $1,300 for that gear. Oh yeah. And what I did, I was working for Def Elise, or Route 10 down in Hamden. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, what happened? The teeth went on that. You couldn't travel the goddamn thing. So anyway, I was working for Def Elise. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I shut the machine down and I told the order to stay with me. I'll pay you the overtime, you know. And we took all the bolts out of the pan. We got the pan off, and then I let him go home. Well, I stayed there, and I took the travel shaft off myself, right? I took the damn shaft right out of it. When two come along, I got it out, and I hooked it on the boom and pick it up. I put it in my pickup, and I had called Eastern Equipment ahead of time. I think probably it's 4 in the afternoon. And they said, could you have somebody stay there? Because I'll be there about 9 o'clock at night. So they had a guy stay there because he had to use the giant press to push that gear off that travel shaft. That travel shaft was about 8 feet long, you know, to push the gear off and push the new one on, which he did. You know? So at 10 o'clock at night, we were pushing the gear on and off the new one. You know? And so next morning, right, was Saturday morning, right, and I went down, and I had Bob Bard, a friend of mine. He came down and helped me a little bit. We took the bushings out of your vertical travel shaft, and I had ordered them, right? And there was another bevel gear. I ordered a new one of them too, and of course I had that. See, and we put the whole travel we put the whole travel shaft on, and I put the pan on. I went home Saturday night, and Sunday morning I took Bobby and Bernie, my two stepsons, down, and we got underneath. We tightened all the bolts up. And I was ready to go Monday morning. Imagine I did the whole job over the weekend. Imagine change the travel shaft, you know. Jesus. But you know, when you own something, you have to do this. Yeah.
You lost no time on the job either.
What can you do? Yeah. Hey, look at that was my living, you know. Yeah. Oh, what a job.
Yeah.
And then this one here was another one. I was down to shore on this one when the gear, the nut fell off my center pin, and the center pin was going up and down. It was kicking the jaw clutch out, kicking out of travel, kicking right out of travel. That's was the problem. Imagine a job. Take the pan down, take the travel shaft, take all the steering out, take the vertical travel shaft out, take all the stanchions and all the shafts out up here to get that there center pin out. Oh, what a job! I don't. That's a factory job. I mean, I don't know of anybody that would do that job. But when you're by yourself, you have to do it.
You don't have any other options.
You don't have any options. And I use the cables up there with the come along to pick the thing out. See, with the come along. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What are you going to do? It's one of those things. Yeah. Yeah. This is all hard work of these big machines. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Boy, imagine the profit margin around in the 90s. Can you imagine that? Imagine where could you get a machine that you could make money with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fuel, it maybe burn at the most maybe 40 gallons some days, but in general it was probably 35. You know? Imagine a big motor like that running all day long, that cheap. Yeah, it was something, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, they're a good machine. Yeah. You know what it is? They're a legend in their own time.
Yeah, they were.
They are a legend in their own time, yeah. Yeah. Of course, nobody liked them because they're mechanical and you had a right-hand swing, but it's hard to get everybody to like a certain car, too, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, I know. It's the way it is, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ford versus Chevy, it's never going to end. And same with Northwest versus Erie or Lorraine or anything else.
Because I used to go down to the Daytona 500, and you go down to the Ford dealership, and the Chevys are all spinning their wheels out in front.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yep.
You know, the younger generation, they were probably 18 years old. And they're out there spinning their wheels.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's almost comical.
Yep.
You know, the funny thing, if their father had a Chevy, they'll have Chevys, right?
Sure.
Isn't that funny thing about that?
That's right.
Yeah. But you know, it's fun that you'll find out in life. Variety is the spice of life, isn't it? Huh?
It is.
Isn't that the truth, huh? Yeah. You really have to think otherwise, too, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Really something, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that sums up for a quick overview of the machine.
Yeah, oh sure. Well, like I say,
we'll have to go back again when we fire it up again.
Look, I got to get you down there and show you and have you run there. Learn. Hey, somebody's gonna. When I'm dead, who's gonna run the goddamn thing, huh?
Yep.
That's what it is, you know. Yeah.